Okay, we are live. See if we can get some small things done in the garden today. It's pretty warm still today, so it's gonna take it pretty easy. Could try to plant these things from this guy. Broccoli plants, I believe these were. Then maybe do a little bit of weeding. And then see if we maybe would get rain. It's raining over there 20 kilometers away, but seems to be clearing up here, unfortunately. I think we're gonna get shade is growing here, so we should be able to. Well, it's not really shade yet, but almost in the shade here would make things better. Then we're gonna try to use this guy. This is more like a barbecue thing, but I think it might be useful to get these out of here and in the ground. We'll try that later. Yeah, we have some clouds, and it did rain last night. It rained like 6 millimeters, so yeah. I guess it's better than nothing. It's already like the surface has dried up, but I mean, 6 millimeters is right on the edge, like it might maybe help a little bit, but we just need that 20 bomb. We just need the 20 mils. But yeah, corn is here. What do I want to do? I want to do some weeding there. Maybe over at the potatoes a little bit. And then we can plant some things. But yeah, I should have the weeder thing somewhere here. Is it here or is it somewhere else? Weeder thing. But yeah, potatoes have come up nicely here, and the leeks or whatever at the edge here. Like here, when I put water on this is looking good here. No issues here. Yeah, the weeder thing. This is just a rake. Yeah, like the thing that's better that we have started to get like thunder showers. So we got some, but we need a bunch more, and we need the temperatures to go a bunch down. It's still right now. It's almost 30 degrees now. So, but hey, where's the damn weeder? Where is the damn weeder? And I need to do that later. It should be in the place there. It's always with the things. Never know where you put them. The mechanical weeder thing. It's so much easier to weed with that thing. Ja sitten tää uugras hakkaan varten tää. Ai in i lagoen. Let's see if we can't find it. It's dropped down. How did I not see this? Getting blind. But yeah, this guy, then we should not really need. Oh yeah, we could dig the strawberries, the plastic. I could dig some dirt on that too. Could try to use this shovel. And that was a dead worm on the road. I guess the worms and stuff got scared when it started. It rained it rained hard for 15 minutes last night. We just need it to keep raining. And strawberries are growing nice. Getting some of these, and then we have more down there. Yeah, flooding. Yeah, we had also flooding here, or some places in Finland, mostly in cities. Where there's if every place is like tarmac or stuff like that, then when it rains a little bit harder, then it instantly floods. And even now, like the one thing it's really laughable is right now over here it's like flood warning or like heavy rain warning. If we're gonna get floods here at the farm, it would have to rain really a lot. I mean, I think those type of warnings, they're mostly for cities, because even if you would get like 50 mil here, it wouldn't no place would flood. Yeah, we're gonna take it extremely slow today because it's almost in the shade here now. So, still kinda in the sun. We're a little bit away from Helsinki. It's about maybe 100 kilometers or something. But yeah, it is raining pretty close, and I mean these clouds, you never know if they start to grow. It could rain in half an hour here. Like you never know with the thunder clouds. They can grow up real fast. But it's been growing up pretty close to here, but then it's always like, okay, it goes to the east or goes to the west or goes past us on the north side or everything. It's it's exactly the same as the last 3 summers. Very little rain, and the little we get here, it wants to miss us on all the sides. But yeah, at least here in the garden, here we got good moisture. I watered this, and then we got 6 mils on this too, so. Yep, we got a lot of lakes. Land of the 1,000 lakes, or what are we called? Or is it 1,000,000 lakes? Many lakes around here, that's for sure. Especially in the middle parts. But yeah, here we got parsley at the end. I don't know if that has come out of the ground yet. Parsley is usually really slow to come out of the ground. Maybe it's this small stuff. It's really hard to tell. But at least we can weed this part here and around the potatoes and stuff. Then we stand in the shade. The shade should go like this, so this all should be in the shade. We're just gonna chill in the shade here. Because yeah, the wind completely died now, or almost. I wish there would be wind now. But if the wind picks up all of a sudden, then that's good. That should be a good sign. Then it's usually like just before it rains, it usually gets more windy. Even these big rocks that I'm sitting on, these feel warm. Is that thunder or is it a plane? Maybe a plane, maybe thunder. You got 15 and clouds. Yeah, it seems lately Finland has been the hottest place in Europe. Maybe Spain is hotter or something, but we have plenty of heat here. It's been the last 2 days before today, it was like 30 degrees here, so pretty warm. Too warm if you ask me. But yeah, I can try to do a little bit this stuff here, then I'm gonna check the rain radar, check the clouds in the sky. It seems like it's picking up now. There's more clouds right here now than there were like 5 minutes ago. Hopefully it starts to rain. I'm really hoping we get rained out here. I want to do some stuff, but I do not mind it if it rains. I would love it if it rains. Then we can always go in the gazebo and chill. Here we got peas. Peas are visible already. They're growing nicely. Get the weeds down before they get too big. It's a lot harder to do the weeding. But yeah, peas are growing here, and I think carrots are about to come up, and those beans there, a couple of them are like really big already. And dill, of course. Potatoes. Definitely some stuff growing. Did I put any peas here? Yeah, I think that's a couple of peas right there. This is the same weed that we had in the spring when I was doing the big fields. This is how the weed looks when it grows. It's basically like a grass. Twitch grass. Right now you're watching Twitch on Twitch. This weed is called Twitch. Twitchy Twitch on Twitch. Oh yeah, sun in the cloud, that's good. Now just more and more clouds until it starts raining. Yep. No Twitch allowed on Twitch stream. Yeah, here I don't know what I put. I should look there what I put there. But here we got, this is like some sort of bean. They're really big. Like the 1, 2 really big ones. There's a couple of that haven't grown at all or maybe dead. But those are real big ones. Some big beans. Big some sort of beans. And then here's a couple of rows of something. Maybe that's lettuce. Don't remember what I put where. No, all this was planted in the spring. These have grown really to really big size really fast. They're a lot bigger than the beans even. All this stuff was planted this spring. We gotta look up what I have here. I don't know what I have. Do I have lettuce here? Maybe I have lettuce here. I think I put the bag here. Let's see what it says. Or what's left of the bag. Yeah, this is some sort of lettuce. Yep. I don't think it has really come up yet there. I don't see really anything here yet. We can weed down there, get the biggest weeds out. But yeah, here you can see, here we have good moisture. When I sprayed water here, so here it's good. Everything is growing just fine here. Both the weeds and the good stuff. But it's not too bad. Once you keep them, like a lot of it is pretty clean still. I just want to get most of the weeds out now, then it's like, as long as you stay ahead of them, so it's not just the weeds in the land, then it's good. I think we should be able to go here in between the rows and just rip this end out. There's most of that twitch grass is right at the edge, because when we plowed this in the spring, we plowed a little further, so it like this right on the edge of the ditch here. This is just the twitch weed. Then when you plow it in, you can see they're clearly on the edge. Otherwise, it's pretty clean. But right on the edge, there's a lot of it. But yeah, there's some stuff coming up. It's not huge yet, but it's like the 2nd of June now, so it's still pretty early. But stuff has germinated, so that's good. So yeah, this here was some sort of no, that was lettuce. So what is this then here? What do I have here? Nothing really visible yet, I think. Maybe that stuff. Maybe that long, thin stuff. It could be. Gotta check what we have here. We gotta see what we have here. Might be that thin stuff. Like really thin stuff. Let's see. Ah, yeah, this is like onion or leek. Whichever this was called. Purjosipuli. that's gonna look, in the beginning I think it's just gonna have like, these thin ones. That's one. So it's starting to come up too. Now we know how it looks, and we can take out the stuff that's for sure not gonna be that. Some stuff that's for sure weeds. Weedies. Yeah, that's one, and that's one. It's coming up too. Yeah, one of that is leeks, and then I have onions there. I think I have both. I never remember which one is which, onions or leeks, but we have both of them. I think a little bit. Yeah, the clouds, this cloud here, it's getting bigger, which is good. And the clouds over there look really dark, but I think it's heading like north, so we need to see some big clouds here. Then it could start raining all of a sudden. But yeah, here we got carrots, so that should be right there and right there, I think. So in the middle here we can just use the tool. I try to plant it like the rows so far apart that I can use this one in the middle. It's a lot easier to rip out the weeds with this guy. And then some weeds that are in the road, and you might need to use the hands. And then we're gonna try to not mess up the corn. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corn plants here. They are still really small, but they look okay. They haven't been destroyed from the wind yet. Previous years I've always had problems when I plant them outdoors. Then you get like a heavy windstorm, and then it literally like rips out the plants. Oh, they look pretty good. And then a few tomatoes actually too. Got a lot of stuff here. That's some tomato plants. Those I think I'm just gonna keep them in the pots there. They don't really need. Previous years I haven't. I've just kept them in the pots like that. They usually grow pretty well there. Yeah, we'll see. The corn is mostly like a trial. Like I've been trying a few years to get the corn to grow, and last year there were some cobs, but they were like there was barely any like seeds. But yeah, it's got I think it's got the best start now of the years that I've tried growing corn. Yeah, this tool, it's pretty simple, really simple, but it's really good for weeding a garden. You can stand up straight. Makes it a lot easier, especially when you have like a bigger area like this. I have nothing planted here. Then if I want to take out the weeds, then you just do this. It's pretty, as long as the weeds are pretty small and the ground isn't like super hard, then it's pretty easy to kill the weeds. Slice them off. Know what it's called? I would call it just a mechanical weeder. It's probably got some fancy name, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's called in Swedish or Finnish even. Like I just call it the weeder. Simple tool always works. As long as the guy doesn't get heat stroke, this tool works pretty well. When there's like here it works, but when you get into like stuff like this, when the weeds are too big, then it doesn't work anymore that well. But for small weeds, when you keep after them like this before they grow big, then it's a pretty handy tool. Then once you leave the weeds like that for one day when it's like 30 degrees outside, all dead. Mosquitoes. But yeah, very simple tool. Can do most of the weeding with this one, and then you just need to pick the weeds that are like really close to a plant. Those guys you need to pick by hand, but this makes it a lot easier, a lot faster. Hello there, Eric. Doing pretty well. The weather is still from hell, but other than the weather, it's good. Other than the weather being terrible. Which you might wonder why I say the weather is terrible. Like most people would say this is good weather. But when you're trying to grow stuff, it's not nice when it's 30 degrees and no rain for a month. Yeah, here we got a lot of weeds. This might be a little harder to the roots. There's a lot of roots in there, so I guess if I get it ripped out now, it should be better next time. If I wait with this stuff, if you let this grow like a week more, then you can't get through it anymore. It's like it has a really like full of roots in the ground. Yeah, it's the same thing. It seems like in a lot of places you guys get rain, but we have not gotten any rain here. Or last night we got like 6 mils, but I mean here we have good moisture, but I've been watering this. But if we go out here in the big fields, here is where we have problems. When you go outside the garden. As you can see here, like some places it started to grow. Then there's like a big patch where there's nothing. Like it's so dry that the seeds are just in the ground. Like if we dig down, we'll probably find some seeds here. There's a little moisture now when it rained a little bit. I don't know if that's enough to get the seeds going here, but and there's a seed and there's another seed. So yeah, there's wheat seeds here. And some places it started to grow 3 weeks ago, and then you can see there's nothing here. Granted, this is probably the worst field that we have. The other fields are better, but it's absolutely terrible here. Probably the worst. This is probably the worst wheat I've ever seen on our fields in about 30 years. So it's a bad start. It's a bad start. But yeah, let's focus on what we can do here. In the garden, it looks good. We don't want to get too carried away because yeah, the rain I can't, like it's gonna rain or it's not gonna rain. I can't really control that, unfortunately. So yeah, potatoes have started to grow. That's cool. But yeah, the potatoes here will be very interesting because we have the wild pigs, wild boars. And the last time I had potatoes, it was like maybe a few years ago. Then it looked like this. And then the next day, all the plants were ripped out and all the potatoes were gone. So we'll see. I should probably put the camera here on the tripod during some nights. Then you could see if maybe the boars come and eat up everything. Because they literally, it's like one night and then everything is gone. But yeah, I'm hoping they don't find it, but if they find it, then there's nothing left. Damn pigs. Damn wild boars. Here we got the new strawberries. I could put some dirt on the side of this plastic. It's a little flip-floppy and loose, but there's strawberries coming here. Yeah, I got like a wildlife camera. I should probably put the wildlife camera here somewhere. I should probably do that. Then we could get the thieves caught on camera. Because I have seen a lot of tracks of wild boars, but I have actually never seen like a wild boar eye to eye. I've seen a lot of tracks. There's thunder in the distance. Hopefully we get thunder here too. But yeah, wildlife camera would be good. It's like a motion sensor. So if I would put that here facing the potatoes, then they would be on camera if they come here. We should definitely do that. Then I can post some pictures maybe if they get caught on camera. That's actually a good idea. I gotta see if I got batteries for the wildlife camera. I should definitely put it here for sure. Yeah, or get some hunters to stay in the bushes. It is really the wild boars they're really tough to hunt actually, I think, because they're really like skittish. They're really scared of humans, so that's why you usually don't see them. Not very often, at least. Some thistles. But yeah, here we got these guys. I don't know if it's leek or onion, but these guys, they're growing pretty nicely too. Some have not come up from the ground, but pretty sure they're all gonna come up here pretty soon. How many acres? If you do exclamation point field, it should tell you some information. But yeah, today we're just doing a little bit of gardening here. This is just like a hobby. This is not for money right here. This is just for fun. It's looking, I think over there it might be raining somewhere, but yeah, these clouds don't really look like raining clouds yet. Clouds need to grow. Get them big clouds. Big dark clouds. Yeah, for fun. The garden is always for fun, and here I can do like trials, try all kinds of things, because it's not like a big financial risk to do anything here. But yeah, the potatoes and this stuff is easy when I can do basically all the weeding with this guy. Maybe if there's some weeds close to the potatoes, you need to rip them out by hand, but this is simple, very good tool. But I mean, if these potatoes survive and onions and leeks, that's gonna be plenty of stuff to eat during the winter. That's a good thing with potatoes and stuff, like it actually yields quite a bit. Like even just 2 short rows of potatoes, this is probably gonna give, I don't know, 20, 30 kilos of potatoes maybe, if the boars don't eat it. So that's gonna last a long time in the winter actually. What are the plastic protected plants? This is strawberries. Strawberries, new strawberries this year. I gotta put some dirt on the sides here to keep so the plastic stays down, but there you can see they flowered and there's already some strawberries starting to grow. But yeah, we put these down here a few weeks ago now, I think. But yeah, there you don't really need to do almost any weeding, or like if there's a weed coming really close to the plant, you can do some weeding with the hands, but the plastic is also really good for strawberries, and you almost don't need to do anything. Basically just water it and then collect the strawberries when they're red. But yeah, I like strawberries because they're really good and they're really pretty easy to grow. That's why strawberries are kind of fun. Easy to grow and very good. But yeah, the other strawberries up there are older, so these are like planted this year. You always need to like plant new strawberries because a plant like this, it produces maybe 2-3 years, and then you need to kill those and plant new ones. It doesn't even a strawberry doesn't produce like endless years. Usually like 3, maybe 4 years if it doesn't get any disease or anything. Yeah, potatoes, once the potatoes get a little bigger, then they get a lot of leaves, then it will like provide shade for the ground, and then the weeds don't really come up. So if I keep this good now for like a couple of weeks, then the potatoes will be like super big and provide a lot of shade, so then the weeds don't have a chance anymore. The wild ones last longer but got much smaller. Yeah, we have up on the hill there is some like I guess they're called like wild strawberries. They taste really good. But they're really small, just a few millimeters long. But yeah, in a few weeks we'll probably get the wild strawberries and maybe the normal strawberries too. Usually doesn't take too long. I believe that's where these strawberries have like originated from, the wild strawberry. Then they're just like not gene modified, but they're taken like plants that had big berries or some other good features and then over the years the strawberries have developed to the farmable strawberry. But it's I'm pretty sure it's like genetically it's almost the same thing. Just the one has a lot bigger berries. There was a mini helicopter, whatever that bug is called. And back to the shade. man, it's warm still. It's really, really warm. As soon as you do a little physical work, it's like, whew, let's take a break. Yeah, I don't know, the wild ones, I mean the wild ones, they might die in 3-4 years also, but they reproduce, like they produce seeds, and then it's like maybe a new plant in 3 years. Like when you plant strawberries like this, they grow later in the summer, they will grow out like shoots to the side, that if they go in the ground, then that's like a new plant. So technically if you plant these also without the plastic, and even with the plastic, they would like spread out on their own too. So they probably both the strawberries do that. So if you let them spread like that, then they would probably survive many years. But then they would also like transfer themselves over. So you have strawberries there in the beginning, and then after a few years they have moved over. Thank you for the follow, Vara. But yeah, at least the potatoes are pretty clean now. Same with the others there. We might, once that gets in the shade there, we might shovel some dirt on the sides of the plastic to keep it more solid to the ground. But yeah, now we can go over there. Now it's shade over there. Finish the weeding there if there is anything to weed yet. Yeah, we got 6 meals last day, or yeah, today, or like last night. But yeah, it's the big fields where we can't irrigate. Those are pretty damn dry. Here in the garden, it's like fine. It's growing like crazy in the garden, because here I can add water with irrigation. But on the big fields, we don't have those huge irrigation things. Probably we'll have to get them at some point if it continues like this, that every year is so damn dry. This is like the fourth dry year in a row now. But yeah, the clouds ain't looking good. They're getting smaller now. Maybe no more rain today. Maybe again tomorrow. Yeah, when the big man when the big man upstairs makes some rain fall down, then that's free. That's actually free. It's always, people always say that this is free and that is free and what is free, but if it rains right now, that's actually free rain. actually free. Like even when you get a free meal somewhere, it's not actually free, like someone pays for it. But if it rains here now or anytime, that's actually free rain. Doesn't cost a thing. But if you do any type of irrigation, then that's always going to cost some money, because the water needs to be pumped up from somewhere. Planning to dig irrigation hoses underground to feed water from underneath so the roots are bigger. Yeah, that works very well. For example, for strawberries, that would work very well. But when we have like the big fields, when we got oats or wheat there, then you need to, like in the spring, you always need to drive with the tractor. So I don't think you can put the drip irrigation, I think it's called, where you put like small plastic pipes underneath the ground. You can't do that really with that type of farming. Like in the garden, when you have like, for example, strawberries, then it probably works. But yeah, for the big fields, when you have oats and wheat and stuff, you need to drive with big machines there. So it doesn't, the drip irrigation doesn't work there. The only way to irrigate those fields is have some sort of sprayer or some sort of pipe that leaks out water. That's really the only way to irrigate like fields where you have like small grains. But yeah, it's irrigating oats and wheats and stuff like that. It's really uncommon in Finland. There's some people that have started to do it now because, yeah, as I said, 4 dry years in a row. So it might work out, but it's still not like super profitable, because there's an additional cost. And when the growing stuff is already like not super profitable, then it's always tough to add even more expenses. But yeah, it's in the garden, it's quite different if you're talking about a garden. We can that little patch there I want to eradicate, and then yeah, maybe a little bit here, but then this is pretty good, I think. Right at the end it's hard because the parsley hasn't really come up yet, so it's kind of hard. I guess I could pull a little of the weeds off there, because I know what's not parsley, so maybe we'll rip that out a little bit. But yeah, now it's getting better here. It's shade. We're in the shade here. Makes it about 10 degrees colder, maybe more. I saw when I had this guy, the temperature gauge here. When this one was in the sun earlier today, this one said 40 degrees. Now in the shade, now it's just 30 degrees. Just 30 degrees. Do you use chemicals, or are you trying to keep bio? No chemicals. Not in the garden, and definitely not in the big fields. We're certified organic for the big fields, so 100% no chemicals. The only thing, that's why you will never see us use a sprayer in our fields really. There is some nutrients that you can use a sprayer with, like some liquid nutrients, but yeah, we have sprayed like one time. We sprayed it, there was like one liquid mineral that we sprayed on the fields, but yeah, no chemicals. Beep boop. I've used 2 gigabytes of data. It shouldn't really matter because truly unlimited data plan. So there's really no difference if I've used like 2 gigs or 200 gigs. Should probably shut off that alarm from the phone. Doesn't really help much. Yeah, this weed, it's gonna kill it pretty well now, but it definitely needs more work than this. Here you can see the same roots as we had in the big field. It's a nasty plant with this root. Even if you do it like this and snap this root into smaller pieces, if I put these back in the ground, both of these will survive. This is tough weed. Tough weed. But I guess if we keep ripping up the roots like this, then after a couple of passes, then it should be dead here. But it's almost too much for this tool now. Like the ground is full of roots. But yeah, there's definitely, like if you farm conventionally, then there's still a couple of good things from organic farming that you can use also, even if you're a conventional farmer. Like there's definitely some good practices that work with any kind of farming. Like one really important is like crop rotation. So that you basically the goal is to never have the same crop even like 2 years in a row on the same field, like always rotate to something else. In organic farming it's really important, and even in conventional it's definitely helpful to not have the same thing over and over again. But yeah, there's a lot of, in that part, like the crop rotation, there's a lot of things to learn there, like what would be like, some crops are really good to have ahead of some other crop, like it actually, the first crop helps the second crop, so the ideal would be to get like a rotation where every crop is like helping the next crop. But there's a lot to learn there. A lot to learn. Nobody knows everything about that. Always new things that come up, and yeah, new things to learn. Crop rotation sounds very logical. Yeah, it's very important. It's very important because if you have the same thing over and over again, there's always like a certain plant has like certain weeds that thrive with it and certain diseases that thrive with it. So if you have it again and again and again, then those weeds and those diseases are gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger, and then you have to spray more and more and more, and it's like a bad cycle. You want to have like a good cycle where if you have one type of weed, then the next year when you grow a different type, then that weed probably doesn't thrive, and then you like cut off the cycle before it gets too bad. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. It's really it's super advanced there. What did we have here? Yeah, here is carrots. That might be a carrot plant. Don't really see too much, or maybe they're here. Maybe that's carrots, yeah. But we can pull these up because this is for sure not carrots. When the carrots grow a little bigger, then it's easier to see where they are. The row should be somewhere there, I guess. Just yank this off. In the middle there should be nothing. Then again here somewhere. Maybe I ended the seeding there. I don't know if I went all the way here. We can just whack this up. As you can see, the ground is like where it's really bad. It's like full of these roots. Full of the nasty guy. It will be easier to see here once the carrots get a little bigger. See where we're standing there. Yeah, beans. We used broad beans here on a few occasions. They're really good. Like that way you can get more nitrogen into the ground without buying fertilizer. The only problem is, yeah, we got really dry years, and man, did the broad beans not grow in dry conditions. So broad beans are really good if you have wet years, yeah. But yeah, we had so dry years that we just can't have the broad beans anymore. Should be able to know beforehand if it's going to be a wet or a dry year. Yeah, there's always some struggles. It seems like the weather is like one thing, but then the human limitations are almost, it's almost like those are the worst part. Like the weather, it's kind of whatever, you can probably find solutions there, but sometimes it feels like the finding human solutions for the politicians and stuff, that might be the harder part. Yeah, this is pretty good. I guess we can rip out some weeds. I think I got some parsley or something there, so try to clean it up a little bit. And then once this is in the shade, then we can just clean this area. Haven't planted anything here yet, but I guess these guys we could try to plant today. Some broccoli plants, put them like right there maybe. We got plenty of land. There's like from here to the potatoes. I haven't planted anything here. I don't think I got enough. I got more room than I need this year, so it's just gonna be a little empty area in the middle. But yeah, here it's probably parsley, and I can't really tell where it is yet. It might be this stuff. It's like really small. It's really small still. But I guess we can just pull out these obvious non-parsley things. Should be, I think there's a row here, and then maybe a third row. Not sure. Okay, good luck farming. It's always nice to see other farmers. I think that's parsley. Yeah, that's parsley. So there's got to be a row right there. Yeah, the prices and stuff. That's the tough part. Like usually, if you do more, if you farm more environmentally friendly, then probably the price of the product needs to be a little bit higher to compensate, like when you're not using all the spraying things and all the fertilizers and all the things. And then you got like, yeah, in some countries they have like basically no limitations. Like you can do basically whatever and then still sell it as organic maybe. Or yeah, they have like very loose like policies. And then if they sell them really cheap into other countries, then other people get forced out. So it's, yeah, not an easy thing to find a solution to. As long as we have a lot of countries that have like the living standards and average wages and stuff like that, as long as those are very far apart, then it's going to be very hard to find a solution there. Because of course, if you can hire somebody a full-time worker for like a few dollars or a few $10 per month, then you can probably produce some pretty cheap stuff. Definitely a very complicated and hard issue. But yeah, here we're doing just the good old weeding by hand, because I don't really see here. I think the parsley goes here. That looks like parsley there. I don't really know where the rows are even here, so we're just gonna rip out some stuff here. Yeah, there's like tariffs and stuff that probably try to solve that thing. Not sure how well it works. It probably works pretty well, but it's not like perfect solution. Okay, but this is getting a lot better here. We'll see. Gotta see how this looks in a few days again and see where the parsley is. I suspect there's like 3 rows here. Good afternoon there, Danger. Yeah, I think that's pretty good now. It can grow a little more, then we'll see. Once you start seeing the rows, then it's a lot easier to get the last weeds out. Oops. Yeah, now I guess from the dill rows we could try to rip out some of that twitch grass. Then I think I'm pretty happy with these here. Then it can grow a few days again, and then we'll see how it looks. But yeah, we got amazingly last night. We got 6 millimeters of rain. In shocking turn of events, we got 6 millimeters of rain. Now we just need another probably like 12 mils. If we would start to be closer to that 20 mil range within like a day or two, then it would definitely start to help. Yeah, in the garden here it's definitely wetter here. Definitely wetter here because I did water this like a couple days ago, and then we got the same 6 mils here too. 110 mils in May. We had a whopping 6 mils in May. 6 mils, which is that's the lowest amount ever here, I think, or at least in the last 6-7 years that we have been farmers here. 6 millimeters is 6 liters per square meter. Let me think. I think is it maybe 0.6 liters? 6 mils, it's about this much, about this thick. And then if you do that on 1 square meter, maybe it's, have to do some quick math. If it's millimeter, then it's like 1,000 times 1,000 times 6. That many milliliters. And then we'll see if that's 6 liters. Someone do some quick math. From the top of my head I cannot say. But maybe, I think 6 millimeters it's like not a lot, so but it's either 0.6 liters or 6 liters. Probably 0.6. So yeah, combine that with a really hot month. We had in May we had 16 days that were over 24 degrees. So half the month was really hot and no rain for the whole month. And then to even make it a little bit worse, just like a little worse still. In the beginning of the month, once we put the seeds in the ground, we had like one night where it dropped to like -5. And from the wheat there, you can see like the top of the plant, it's like a little brown. Like it got fried by the minus degrees. So it was like not good. It was worst May ever here, for sure, I would say. Really bad. However you turn it, it was a really bad May. But luckily we're out of May now, we're into June. It can't get worse. It can only get better from here. I mean, it's definitely like there's definitely some yield lost already, and it won't be a good year, even if it started to rain a lot. Maybe if it started right now to rain a lot, it could save a lot, but it's not gonna be like we've definitely lost like maybe 20% of the yield, maybe even up to 30% already. And yeah, a normal May here it's not like super rainy ever. A normal May would probably have been like maybe 40 mils of rain, 50 mils. So we got like 10% of what we usually get in one of the driest months in the year. Not good. Not good. But yeah, now I'm just gonna weed this stuff here, just some random stuff. I haven't planted anything here, but I wanna keep the weeds down. Now when they're really easy to get rid of. Let this grow a little bit more, then it's not easy anymore. And then we can try to plant the broccoli plants at the end. Under 44 millimeters. Yeah, that's quite a bit. We get, I think in a year here we get, what do we get here on average? I think on like a yearly basis we get, I think we get about 500 meals like in a whole year. And I guess most of that comes in the fall, late fall. Big chunks here still. But yeah, a lot of the ground has gotten more soft now when it's like more wet, and it's dried up and got wet and dried up a few times. Just a little chunky is left. Here it's like pretty nice and loose. 100 millimeters, yeah. That sounds good. That sounds good. If we would get that here, then the fields would look excellent. If you get, we don't, I think in the summer, maybe the average summer or the summer months like May, June, July, August, I think total for those months, I think the average is maybe like 200 or something. But yeah, so far we have gotten 12, so we're definitely behind. Definitely behind the average here. Oh, I thought that was a bone, but it's just a root. It really almost looks like a piece of a bone, but it's definitely not bone. It's probably from the sunflowers from last year. But yeah, we're in the shade now. I can dump the hat, I guess. A little bit cooler that way. But yeah, it really depends where you're at. Like, so we definitely, like in Finland, like southern Finland especially, it's usually pretty dry like early summer. It's never like super wet, or it's very rare to have super wet starts to the summer. But yeah, usually it at least rains a little bit. Yeah, we get a little bit of the tough weeds down there to rip out. Then we can maybe plant something and then see what happens. But I gotta say the potatoes look nice. They start to grow real fast. Definitely gotta pace yourself a lot here when it's still pretty warm in the evening now. Even though it's kind of getting a little cooler, but very, very warm still. There you can see how many roots they have. Like it's like the dirt is 50% roots. But once you get the roots on the surface like this, then they will die. It almost like axe these guys away. A lot of roots, a lot of roots. Yeah, I gotta jump on the weeds to kill them. But it's good, getting today's workout again. Once it gets a little colder here, we can start doing some other types of workouts again. It's been really so hot that I have not even felt like doing a bike tour or anything like that. When it's like 30 degrees, it's like I don't want to ride the bike. Seriously too hot. But yeah, it's supposed to next week be down to 20 degrees, which will feel like heaven after this 30 degrees that we had a couple of days here now. Yeah, that should be good. Most of the roots up in the air. Need to update rain. Yeah, I need to update it. Yeah, I realized when I started the stream, it's like, but it's actually the same right now. We actually got 6 mils, so for June now, the total is 6 mils. Hopefully we don't stay at that level the whole month now. Hopefully we get some more. I guess it's pretty good, pretty well weeded now. It's always easier when you start early, when the weeds are small. If I let this grow, if I would let that there grow a week more, it would be nearly impossible to get through it anymore. But when they're smaller, the weeds, then it's easier to get through them. But yeah, it's welcome to the new Finland. There's always there's been the like, I don't know if it's like a joke, but like a meme about Finland that we're out here in t-shirt and shorts and it's like 15 degrees max. But yeah, it's we get pretty hot summers these days. Very, very hot summers actually. Like I said last month, half the month was over 24 degrees every day. Like in May. May is not even summer yet, technically. And then June, July are usually a little warmer than that. So it's like at least 3 months, 4 months, I would say, out of the year. Well, lately it's been like over 25, like 4 months of the year, or at least over 20 degrees every single day, like never under 20 degrees for 4 months straight. So it's definitely warm enough. Definitely no lack of heat, at least for me. I mean, if you like hot weather, then it's not that bad, but it's very warm. Of course, during the night it drops down to like 15 degrees during the night. But it can drop like to 5-10 degrees. That's pretty normal. But yeah, even the nights are warm here. I could be outside here in the middle of the night in t-shirt. It wouldn't be cold. And yeah, the sun doesn't really warm it up in the night anymore. But it stays pretty warm. It stays pretty warm even in the night. Okay, I gotta check. Let's see. I should check if there's any rain incoming. It definitely does not look like it. But I could check the forecast if there's anything like even remotely rain looking stuff. I think tomorrow there was like a chance again that it might rain. I mean, we got some rain today, so I guess it was good. Damn mosquitoes. Yeah, there is. Oh man. There is, like, if you look on a weather radar for Finland right now, there's quite a bit of thunder here. Nothing right here, but in a lot of places there's like a lot of rain coming down just about now. But yeah, here it's been dodging us. We have been dodging the rain like Matrix, or like Neo in Matrix. Yeah, I think we could try to plant these guys. I'm gonna try to use this guy. I don't know, how do you guys, when you have your small plants like this here in these small pots, how do you get them from here to the ground there without ruining your roots? I'm gonna try this guy. Try to push it down on the sides and press together and lift the whole thing up. See if I can get those planted in the garden there, or in the ground. We will try to use this. Some barbecuing. If we put them, let's put them here in a row. There's not like this, maybe maybe 15, 16, it should probably be like fit in like one row. Some broccoli. I don't think I have farmed broccoli before. We'll see how that turns out. It's just gonna be one row. But yeah, when it cools down next week also, one day we're gonna cut down some big trees. But yeah, I definitely want it to be cooler for that. But we'll see, someday next week we're gonna cut down, yeah. Fire up the chainsaw and cut down some dying trees. But yeah, these guys, we really need to dig, like just dig holes for these and put them in the ground. We'll see if we can figure out a way to put them in the ground here somehow. I'm just gonna do this so I know roughly. Put them like in a straight line. Then we'll start by digging some sort of hole, maybe not put them right in the weeds there. Dig a hole and then we'll try, I guess we'll try to grab one with this. There's some root mass in there, but you still want to be like as careful as possible. They're pretty weak when they're small, but I think that way if we do it, they might survive. Should I water these before I lift them out of here? Like it left quite a bit of dirt inside here with some roots. If I get them wet, do they stick together better? Maybe. Maybe you should try to water these before we move them. Yeah, I think we're gonna put some water on them before with just the can. It probably will work better. Maybe. We'll try it. Mosquitoes. A little wind would be good, then the mosquitoes won't come out. But yeah, talking about a lot of sunshine hours, I think once in a couple of weeks here, once we get the longest day of the year, then I think I'm gonna try a 24-hour stream. Then you can see how it does not get dark during the night. Like even now it doesn't really get dark during the night anymore. It's like not as bright as now, but not like black dark. Not like a complete blackout. And then in a couple of weeks it's gonna be almost like this during the darkest time. So I think that could be a good day to try the first ever 24-hour stream. I have never done a 24-hour stream. So I think that could be a good spot to try one. German streamer bike to Nordkapp. Yeah, I saw there was last year there was one guy biking, and this guy there was, I don't know if we're talking about the same guy, but there's the one guy, he's built like he's got like solar panels and all kinds of stuff on the, like it's like a bike, but it's like almost like a trike thing or something like that. If you mean that streamer, then yeah, I watched when he's going through Sweden at the moment, I think. So yeah, he might be at the northernmost point when it's like very long days, which means it will actually not get dark at all. Yeah, and Hitch did it last year. There's a bunch of people I've seen that's actually, yeah, biking one way or another to Nordkapp. Pretty cool. I have not been to Nordkapp. Maybe I should try to go there too. Maybe not with the bike. Okay, let's try this guy now when it's wet, if it stays together better. Push it in all the way. Try to squeeze it together. Carefully lift up. I think we got it pretty good now. And then just put some dirt around it. It should survive that, I think. Oh, Canadian guy. Then it might be some other guy. There's a lot of people doing it, it seems. A lot of people going to Nordkapp with a bike. I mean, it's a good one. You can like Norway has so good internet that it's pretty easy to stream your trip up to Nordkapp. There's pretty good internet there. And even in Sweden it's pretty good. In Finland, northern Finland, not sure if it's good enough. Probably along the big roads it's good enough. Electric powered bike. Yeah, a lot of people do with electric bike, but I mean, Hitch did it. He had like electric, like a solar power, but the bike was completely man powered. So I guess that's a lot of people seem to be doing it with electric assistance to the bike too, which makes it definitely a lot easier. Not bury the whole thing. But yeah, and he had to haul the solar panel, like it adds a lot of weight, but he got no benefit. Like all the power went to the stream, not to get forward. So that's definitely, it's like biking, but then having like an extra 15-20 kilos, however much it weighed, behind you. Pretty good achievement, I would say. But yeah, it seems like our barbecue approach seems to be working okay here. I think I'm not breaking a lot of roots. Maybe some roots, but not too many. Barbecue hype. Yeah, we're gonna do we're kind of doing barbecue now, but we're actually gonna do real barbecuing. That's probably gonna be part of the 24-hour stream. Like that's a pretty big thing in Finland. Usually when it's midsummer, then that's usually a big, like the main barbecue time of the year. So that's gonna happen also. It's like just a couple of weeks away now. Then we'll be using these, and I will have to wash these because they get kind of dirty now, but we will be using these but for other things. For other better things. But yeah, midsummer party, that's in Finland it's the biggest party of the summer. Maybe of the whole year almost, but for sure the biggest party of the summer. Or the biggest holiday, I should say. Okay, the rest of this is just dirt. Those seeds didn't start to grow, so we can just dump the dirt here and dump it here. And then I guess we could reuse these. Yeah, we're gonna grill some meat. We're gonna grill some veggies. And grill all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, this dirt that I put the seeds in, this dirt was, it's like bought dirt. It's mostly like peat. That's why it's a lot blacker. This is just the natural dirt here. It's a little bit different, more clay. And then that dirt is like the dirt you can buy in bags. But it's good, this way we get a little bit of the good stuff there around, so the plant should grow good in the beginning and then the roots just spread out to the other ground. Yeah, I like a good mixture of some grilled meat and some grilled veggies. Combination is the best. Yeah, and this, as you can see, this clay underneath, this is definitely not dry. This is pretty wet actually. So it should, I don't know the broccoli plant, I don't know if it's super like needy or not, but I think it's supposed to be not super needy, so it should grow pretty well. Should be pretty easy to grow, I think. Not like super demanding. I hope, at least. We'll see what happens. At least so far now it looks pretty good so far. Yeah, broccoli Like it's not my super favorite, but it should be okay. I don't really have like any vegetable that I really hate. Like they're like okay or good. Oh, there's weeds. But they will plant these big ones, and they're the really small ones. We can try to put them in the ground. They don't look that good, but all the good ones we can put here. It's going to be at least one row. Now there's a good guy and that guy. I don't know if you see this guy. There's like a bug on the plant. A beetle. Those are actually really good. I don't know if you saw that on stream. But the beetles are really good. They eat up the small bugs. So it's good to have those beetles. Or that's what's that beetle called? It's like the good guy. Good guy beetle. The red one. The red with black dots. Yeah, what's it called in English? Why don't I remember what it's called in English? Ladybug. Ladybug. I think it's ladybug in English. Those are good guys. You want to see a lot of them. They eat up a lot of the smaller bad guys that can eat plants. Now this one came out real well. This one was a little bigger. Here we got definitely all the roots. Maybe I should have let some of these grow maybe a little more before I move them out here. But I think they should be fine. We will see what happens. See if it works out. Ladybug. I think it's ladybug in English. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's ladybug in English. That's definitely one bug that you want to see in your garden. It does good things. It's not like a bad guy. Like some bugs can be bad guys. The emote's name. Okay, well then it's confirmed. Yeah, ladybug. Good guy ladybug. Okay, we have room for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 more here. Only there will be a few, maybe a couple left for another row. 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 more that's worth to plant. There's a couple that look really almost dead, but get a couple here and then we'll see the last ones if we even want to plant them. But at least all the big ones, all the good guys here, we want to plant this one, this one, this one. At least they look pretty good. That one had a lot of roots. A lot of roots for sure. One more here, and then we got put a couple more down there. There's maybe this guy. Maybe there's like 4 more that we can plant. There's a couple that are really, they're pretty much dead, those ones, so we're gonna leave those. We're gonna put a few more down there. Then we're gonna put some little water on them, and then we'll see. Then we'll see during the next days how they grow or don't grow. Here the dirt is almost wet. I guess when I watered it, there might have been some extra water that went right here. Yeah, the ladybug, it eats up all the kirvas, yes. The small green things. the small green bugs. It eats up the small green, not the small green men, but the small green bugs. And that's good because the small green guys, they eat up the leaves of the plants, so you don't want those guys too much. Okay, 1 or 2 more. Then we're done here. Then we got all these guys planted. Yeah, if you got small green men, then you need something else than ladybugs to get them away. I don't think ladybugs eat small green men. Okay, those are all in the ground. The rest are it's basically just dirt left. Just dump it here. Improve the soil a little bit. Oh, blood. Bought yourself a pet lion. Hell no. Okay, this guy. Get that guy out of here. Yeah. I'll get that stuff sorted. I'm just gonna put the rest of the water on those guys so they definitely don't dry out in the beginning. But yeah, talking about pet lions, there was, like, in some countries I guess it's legal. I know here in Finland it's actually like illegal to have a pet lion. Even a pet bear, I think it's like illegal. I mean, if you have a zoo, you're allowed to have one. But yeah, other than that, it's like illegal. I know in some countries, for sure, you can probably have like pet whatever. Like, it's not illegal or anything. I don't know how it's in the UK. I mean, it also depends what you consider a lion. Like, a cat is technically a small lion, or small, like, similar type of animal, and that you are definitely allowed to have. Okay. But I guess if you can farm all year round, then it's a little bit different. I think I see the straws moving. It's gonna come out there now. There it goes. There it is again. Okay, we're back. Yeah, sometimes does that. Should be good again now. What more? Yeah, I think one thing we can do is still the strawberries. One small thing we can do with the strawberries yet. Shovel time. See these, if these are good in a good spot, I think this one looks pretty good. The other one we might want to tighten it a little bit. They're gonna shovel a little dirt on the sides because I got a few bricks and like a few clumps of dirt there, but the plastic is kind of loose still, so we could like shovel a little bit of dirt, then it should stay down better. Yeah, this is a pretty new shovel. Good brand, Fisker's brand. Should be pretty good. It shouldn't break as easy as the one shovel I broke. This should be a little bit better quality brand. This should not be made out of Chinesium, as the one that I used there. That I put it in the ground and then the handle came back, but the shovel stayed in the same spot there. Yeah, this is actually a Finnish brand. A very old brand. They made This brand, they actually made like plows like 100 years ago. It's a very, very old brand from Finland. But yeah, we have some, we're just gonna take some loose dirt from the top like this and put it on top here. So for this job, we don't need to dig deep. If you put it like all the way in like this and then just wrench it back, then that's when you break it. I can just take something from the surface here and put it like this. So it should be, it's not going to be hard for the shovel. And as you can see, this shovel, it's like a square shovel. So it's made for like loose material. If you got one that's like shaped like this, like a round shape, then it's more meant for like digging. But yeah, Fiskars it's a good big brand. Like you can definitely get those in a lot of countries. Apparently in the USA too. They do a lot of exporting. Okay, how are we gonna dig this? I'm gonna dig here and get the dirt, or where are we gonna get the dirt from? I guess we can dig there. We don't need to put a lot here, just enough to keep the plastic down. Chopping machete. Too big. Oh, there's limitations. I believe in Finland you can definitely get, like you can have those big axes. Shouldn't be a problem. I mean, if you walk into the grocery store and you have like a big axe with you, I think some people are gonna look a little weird on you. But I mean, it's not, I don't think it's technically illegal here. I don't know. Maybe it's illegal. For sure it's not illegal here in the countryside. I can walk around with a big knife as much as I want to here. No issues. Even with the chainsaw I can walk around here and it's fine. Probably not fine to go to a grocery store with a chainsaw here. Okay, that should keep the plastic down from like starting to flap in the wind. UK, we give our migrants knives and money. Yeah, it is definitely in some places. It's definitely, there are definitely some talks here too, but it's yeah, it is. It's a tough like place. You want, like, of course, people should be able to move from one country to another, but on the other hand, you definitely do not want the criminals to go around. So then the trick is to somehow filter out the criminals and only get the good guys, so to speak. Which can be kind of tricky. But it's one thing that's weird, like if people are migrating from some country, then the one thing that strikes me as weird is it's always your 20 to 30-year-old men only, which is really weird because, at least in my mind, the first people you would want to evacuate from a bad situation would be women and children and even old people. So it's it's definitely weird. So there's definitely some people that are like, they're migrants, but they're kind of scamming the system. They're like kind of pretending like being in distress, but they're actually just want to go to another country and maybe do some bad stuff. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's never ladies. It's always just the 20 to 40 year old men. It's weird if you get like a disaster somewhere. It's weird that the first people running away are the 20 to 40 year old men. You would think it definitely should be the other way around. At least here, like those guys that are 20 to 40 year olds, if there would be like a disaster here, then those people are the ones that are in the military, are the ones that like are supposed to take care of the rest of the people if there's like a bad situation. So yeah, but it's definitely in those countries, it's probably a little different there, like religion is different and all kinds of things are different. So of course it's a little bit hard to say what the situation is. Okay, here we want to help this plant is a little bit somewhere underneath the plastic. There's a weed. Want to help the strawberry come through here. Get the plastic down. And there you can see there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 strawberries coming out of this plant, or at least growing. That's better. It's some weeds that's lifting up the plastic. I thought it was wind. Apparently it's the weeds. The weeds that are pushing up the plastic. Let's take a little break, then we can do this other side here, last side. Then it should be fine. Without the sun, the weeds are gone with the time. Yeah, so under the plastic there, definitely most weeds can't grow because it's completely dark underneath. That's how the plastic keeps the weeds down. Like the weeds are ripped out there. They're trying to go to the sun through where the hole is, where the strawberry plant is. They're trying to grow from the side and grow out the hole. But yeah, once you keep those out, then the rest of that area there will be no weeds because the weeds can't grow through the plastic. Not even the twitch weed, not even our nemesis can grow through that plastic. Not even the worst guy. And definitely not the other types of weeds. It's warm, it's definitely warm. Now it's like cloudy and it's like a little windy. And you still feel like, it feels like almost like I'm in a sauna. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, I guess it's the fourth summer in a row now with hot temperatures, so I guess I'm getting a little bit used to it. But yeah, it's still still very warm. And yeah, of course, if I'm just sitting in the gazebo chilling, then this type of weather is fine. Like I guess it's like 25 degrees now. It's probably cooling down a little bit. Where did I put the temperature thing? There it is. It says, yeah, it says like 22 degrees now. So it's getting better now. That's why I'm doing this kind of late today. In the morning the sun is shining straight here, so it's like 40 degrees here. Like 9 in the morning, it's like 40 degrees, so not a chance I'm doing that in the sun. Now it's in the shade and there is a little bit of wind and the sun is going down. Or the sun isn't warming as much anymore. But yeah, it's supposed to, this or next week is supposed to be better. It's supposed to cool down. Supposed to hopefully get some rain, so just praying the forecast is somewhat right. But yeah, at least the garden looks good. Garden looks good. And it's nice. There's a lot of, now you can hear like a lot of birds, and bees and all kinds of stuff. And now it's June now, so it's officially summer, I guess. Yeah, you can probably hear the bird song on stream. Probably. There's a few different birds that have that sound that we're hearing now. It's probably, I don't know what bird that is, but sometimes you hear the swallows and the cuckoo bird. Those are the ones that you really hear a lot. And I guess the geese, but the geese are gone now. They always come early spring, and then they go further north. So they're not here right now. It's almost like it's not as loud as in a jungle here, but there's definitely some bird song. See, get all the leaves through. So the strawberry grows through, but nothing else. Hello there. Broccoli planted, peas growing, potatoes growing, strawberries growing, a lot of stuff growing here. Look at them potatoes. They've grown a lot. There was nothing 3 days ago. Really. Get a little dirt here so plastic doesn't flap around. chunkies. Break the chunks down a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit of that. And then strawberries should be fine. We can go check those. That one is a little underneath the plastic. Make sure that the strawberries come through. Oh, it's almost sticky down here. I guess I watered it yesterday, so a lot of the water might have flown or like gone down here into the low parts. Almost sticky clay here. There's a brick that should keep it in place. There's some stuff on the end. Yeah, last fall we had the old strawberries. They were over there where the other stuff is growing now. And then we just plowed them down this spring and planted new here. But this plastic is the same one. So I managed to use the same again, which is good. Didn't have to buy new stuff. Even though this is not like this plastic, it's not expensive or anything, but it's always nice when you can reuse something. Because in all cases I would have to rip out the old plastic, like in any case, because yeah, when the strawberries die, like one way or another, you want to get rid of the plastic. You don't want to just leave it out in the field, so gotta rip it out one way or another. But now we can even reuse it. Yeah, these are coming nicely through. There was one that was struggling a little bit here. You can see if get all the leaves on the right side here. That's better. Same with this guy. This guy was struggling a little bit here. Better. I could maybe tighten this plastic up a little bit here and then put the big chunk there. I could probably move all the bricks on the seam there, because those lumps, when they get like softer and softer, it's gonna be loose there. So maybe at some point we'll move those rocks and bricks in the seam there in the middle. And now they're coming through. There's a thistle. There's like a few weeds that try to grow through the same hole, but at least it's a lot less weeding than if I would need to weed the whole area. Now strawberries look real nice now. These are good. Shovel didn't break. But yeah, we used it really lightly there. Even the China shovel should not break when you do that. Definitely not a quality shovel. Yeah, what's maybe the biggest thing? Yeah, but definitely when I had the sunflowers, they were like really big. Their sunflowers were probably the biggest thing I've ever grown. Like the sunflower seed is really pretty small, and then the sunflowers grew up to 2 to 3 meters tall, and the stalk was like a lot thicker than your thumb. That's probably the biggest thing I have grown in the garden. Of course, the trees get bigger. When I plant trees in the forest, those get super big, but at least as far as the garden goes. And the sunflowers are the biggest thing. They grow to be pretty damn big. While planting sunflowers, last year I had a little bit here, like a few sunflowers. Mostly for they look nice. That was the biggest idea. But then I actually cut off like the actual sunflower where the seeds are, and then we stored those, and then we gave them to birds in the winter. But that was just like I didn't grow them for that use, but they grew so nice, so then I just collected the seeds and gave them to birds in the winter. I don't have any sunflowers this year, but yeah, they looked really nice. Like, as I said, really tall, huge. Like the flower is like this big, like a plate, and it's like one of the bigger things I've grown. They looked nice, yeah. They looked nice. I don't really grow much flowers usually, but sometimes you gotta grow some flowers too. But yeah, we could do on the corn plants here. They were a little exposed here. Dig some little dirt around them. I planted these they were in like a pot, like a pot that's made of cardboard. So I just put that in the ground. I'm gonna dig a little loose dirt here to cover them up better. And then they hopefully grow at least to be somewhat big. Like corn can get really tall too. Like I haven't succeeded to get it super tall in the garden yet, but corn, this is another plant that technically could grow to very big. When they have them in United States and places where they really grow them, they can get really big. Like corn can also grow to be at least 2 meters tall, maybe even more. But yeah, now I think we've weeded all that stuff, planted some stuff, weeded all that stuff. Again, I hear the thunder in the distance. Let me check where the thunder is. It's not here. It's around us, but it's not here. Let's let it load up. Yeah, it's not here. It's around us. It's around us for sure. Well, we'll see. Tomorrow is a new day. Maybe the showers come here tomorrow. Yeah, let's see. I think we can take some tools away now. A lot of these tools I don't need here, so we can take them out. The weeder can stay here because that one will be needed a lot during the summer. But then the shovel, these guys, at least these guys we don't need. And this guy needs to be washed and then used for sausages. Shovel. These guys we can take out. Or put in storage somewhere. Here we can see, here I did like, this is like a test plot here from this red stick. I used the garden sprayer here, which you can probably tell where, like just here, about 5 meters wide and maybe 20 meters out there. You can see how the wheat looks, how it should look here. This has gotten like an extra 40 mil from the garden sprayer. And then you can see where it's just the normal rain, nothing, and then here it got sprayed with some extra water. This is how everything is supposed to look. These guys we can leave somewhere here. This guy goes. I'm gonna wash this a little bit here, wash the dirt off already. We don't need a pressure washer, but a little bit from this guy. Don't really want to put this one in a dishwasher with all this dirt and maybe some sand on it. It would not be good for the dishwasher. Now we can put it in the dishwasher. Now there's no more sand. Sausage grabber. Ready for action. Leave this guy here, so I don't remember where it is. Okay, here's the other strawberries. These are older. I guess we could pull some, there's some weeds that have come up again. Like here we can already see like that's gonna be a couple of strawberries right there. But yeah, here you can see how the plastic keeps, like most of the weeds. Here you can just mow with the lawn mower on both sides, And then there's very little I need to do here, like a little bit. Occasionally there's like a few weeds that grow like this, but it's a lot easier to weed these out when you don't need to do the whole area. Just clean a little bit around these guys. There's still some flowers on these. I think these have just flowered or are flowering. And then they should give some strawberries this year. How long takes it for you to get some berries? Like there's some that are starting to form right now. Like that's a start of a berry right there. I would say it's not gonna be that long. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks probably. If the weather stays really warm like now, then it's not gonna take a long time. Probably 2 to 3 weeks. Might even get some strawberries for midsummer, actually. It's gonna be probably pretty close. Maybe a little bit afterwards. And just clean the last row here. And it's pretty good. Then we're pretty much weeded the whole garden. Should be good. Should be good for a few days. A lot is happening now in the garden. Like within a few days, like the weeds can grow a lot, and the plant themselves or the strawberries themselves grow a lot. There's a lot happening when it's this warm. Oh yeah, I got this like dandelion weed. There's one here too. Can we get that one out? Yes, we can. And a teasel on the other side. This last one's got a dandelion also, and it's almost inside the strawberry plant. Well, at least if I can get most of the leaves out, then it's fine. Should be pretty good. Yeah, dandelion. That's yeah. We got a lot of a lot of dandelion. Look at the other side of the road there. All the dandelions that are like now when we get wind, all the seeds are gonna spread everywhere. Dandelion is definitely very, very common. Good for the liver. Yeah, it might be. It's like a lot of really common plants you can actually eat. Like dandelion, you can eat some stuff of it. Stinging nettle. That one you can like boil into kind of a soup and eat. Like there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually make food. Surprisingly, if you know what you're doing, then there's a lot of plants, just normal plants, very common plants that you can actually make food. But yeah, now this is good. We could go take a look here. We got this one plant. This one is also good that you can make. I think it's rhubarb in English. We have one rhubarb plant somewhere here. That one you can make into soup or like into pie. Rhubarb pie is really good. Let's see, yeah, we got some leaves left here. Over there, there's like a... I don't know if someone planted this one there or if it naturally came in here or what happened. Over there, there's like a big rhubarb plant. You can just snap those off and eat not eat the leaves, but eat the stalk that goes down in the ground. It's always been there. Like when I was a kid, this one was here, and it's just always there. Every spring it's big like that. And doesn't take any maintenance. It grows every year there. Every freaking year. And then here's apparently a berry bush also. Haven't seen this one in a couple of years. That's like a black currant, I think, or red currant. I don't know if that one grows wildly there or what. Yeah, rhubarb. That's really good. You just gotta like cut it into pieces and then add a bunch of... when you cut that into pieces and add a bunch of sugar, then it's good. It's not good to eat just like that. For sure not good to eat like that. Hello there, Ace of Spades. And then we got this guy. This guy, whatever this guy is called. This one is very, very common everywhere. You can see it's like on the both sides of the ditch here. This one actually is like it's like an invasive species. Like it looks pretty good like this, but it's like it takes over places completely, like you can see here. This guy. Yeah, lupins. This is like an invasive species, so technically you should like try to rip all these out and like try to kill it, because it's like an invasive species in Finland. But this is like everywhere. It's probably not going to be possible to get rid of this one completely. Like every road you go anywhere here, this is always on the sides of the road. It spreads everywhere. It's really hard to like get rid of if you want to get rid of it. I believe this one has spread here. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. If it just came here naturally or what happened. Invasive, meanwhile mine don't grow from seed here, lol. Yeah, here there's no shortage of that guy. It's everywhere. Tactic is to look real nice. Yeah, I mean the flower looks pretty good. I have no complaints about that one. Here we got stinging nettle. We got the gloves so we can grab one. This one you can also make. I think you can make like stinging nettle soup or something. Even this one you can use for food. You don't want to touch this with your bare hand, but even this guy you can use. All kinds of things you can actually use. Okay, we have almost used the whole liter of water. Yeah, even there's another spruce right here, but even the spruce tree, like the new growths on the end of the branches, you can actually eat that too, like the actual branch of a tree. But only when it's like really new, it tastes like okay. But so you can even, yeah, spruce branches, you can even eat those. Yeah, teas and stuff. Yeah, you can make a lot of things of a lot of things. But yeah, let me see. I think we got a lot of stuff done now. The garden looks a lot better now. Now it can grow again, and then if it doesn't rain, then we need to spray more water in a couple of days again. But hopefully we get the rain the natural way. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. We got a bunch of garden stuff done today. We'll see next week. Like tomorrow is maybe, if it's like max 23 degrees tomorrow, then we might fire the chainsaw up tomorrow and cut down a few trees. I got a few half dead trees that I need to cut down. But I've been waiting for like a cooler day and a non-windy day. But we'll see. Hopefully next week at some point, yeah, we can fire up the chainsaw, cut down some trees. But yeah, tune in for that next week. Thanks for watching. Yeah, as I said, I'll be back next week. Hopefully you have a good weekend and a good start of the next week. Bye bye.